Hey, here we go again on a wild Thursday. Here it is. Donovan Mitchell just got traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I cannot believe this is happening again on a Thursday. Last week we had Patrick Beverley moving. This time we get Donovan Mitchell. Um, what can I say? It looks like Cleveland is getting their own little big three. That's what it looks like it's coming down to. You got Donovan Mitchell, he's 25 years old. Darius Garland, he's 22 years old, and Evan Mobley, he's 21. So how the East is looking out right now, it's looking like they're going to be contenders. I want to say contenders for a while too, and that's the best part about this whole thing is that you got to see Donovan Mitchell go to a good team. Now I want to get into what they're getting, who's getting what. Let's look at that right now. Utah Jazz star Donovan Mitchell is heading to the Cleveland Cavaliers in a blockbuster deal. Adrian Wojnarowski just tweeted it. Now, big shout out to Adrian Wojnarowski because this man, if you want to know how to go hard, this man goes hard. He has so many connections. He knows what's going on, and his content just stays on top of it all the time. So big shout out to him. Man, we're going to the trade details right now. All right. The Jazz are receiving Lauri Markkanen, Ochai Agbaji, Colin Sexton, and Cleveland's unprotected first-round picks in 2025, 2027, and 2029, as well as pick swaps in 2026 and 2028. Now that gets a real wordy, but let's get down to who won the trade. Okay, we know Cleveland won this trade. All right, Lauri Markkanen, great individual player. I can see him doing some damage in Utah, but let's face it, they're not going anywhere. After they got rid of Gobert, they're clearly on rebuilding mode. They're even talking about the coach coming to the Lakers before Darvin Ham and everything. So it's just a mess in Utah. But they did get Colin Sexton, which I love Colin Sexton. I love the way he plays. But it's not Donovan Mitchell. I'm sorry. Donovan Mitchell, if you remember what he was doing in the bubble against Jamal Murray, was absolutely crazy, dude. Like, they were dropping 50 points each game and then had to go have lunch together. Like that was insane to me. So, and then the biggest part is that Cleveland didn't even have to get rid of Jared Allen. Jared Allen is honestly one of the best big men in the league at what he does. So you could get a lot of big men, right? But Jared Allen, if he's on your team and he's starting, you're straight. You're straight. So let's go into the Cleveland roster, who they have right now. So we saw that those guys are gone. So Markkanen, Agbaji, and Colin Sexton are gone. So 3 guys plus picks, which gets to the whole thing of F them picks, right? So let's see. Still have Kevin Love on the team. Still have Karis LeVert on the team. Mobley, which I'll get into Evan Mobley. RJ Nembhard Jr., Lamar Stevens, Dylan Windler, Darius Garland, who will be another part of the big 3 that they have. Isaiah Mobley, who is Evan Mobley's older brother. He's not the younger brother. He's the older brother. Seti Osman, Raul Neto. I think Neto came over from Washington, so that's a good pickup too. Markkanen's gone. Abaji. They didn't even have Abaji's picture on the website for Cleveland Cavaliers. Jared Allen, Dean Wade, Robin Lopez, Isaac Okoro, and Ricky Rubio. Now this squad could probably get to NBA playoffs. I mean, F a playoffs. They can get to a championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could really see Donovan Mitchell leading this team to an Eastern Conference Finals championship against Boston or Miami or Brooklyn, right? Like this changes a lot because the fact that they're so young to have this big three like this. Again, Donovan Mitchell is only 25. What is Utah thinking? He's 25 years old. Just keep him there. Who are the players traded to the Cavs? Donovan Mitchell. I believe that's all they needed. They don't need anything else, right? I think it was just Donovan Mitchell. Let me make sure. Let me read that. Yeah. All that for Donovan Mitchell, which begs the question: what was it going to be for Kyrie or Kevin Durant? So Sexton will sign a 4-year, $72 million fully guaranteed deal as part of a sign and trade agreement with Utah. Rich Paul of Clutch Sports told ESPN. That's amazing, honestly. Colin Sexton is getting the bag, and he's getting a whole fresh start in Utah. Mitchell, a 3-time All-Star who will turn 26 next week. So he's 25. He's turning 26 next week, which ain't that bad. 26 years old is still young. I like it. He joins a promising young core of Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen, which I just said. All 4 players are locked up with long-term deals, with Mitchell under contract for the next 3 seasons. Dude, this is a steal. This is ridiculous. How? Utah? Huh? You see, they probably wanted to do this deal, and they were going to do it with the Lakers, but they're like, we don't like the Lakers. Like, why would we ever do that with the Lakers? That makes no damn sense to do that with the Lakers. Calvin, I think they might be better than Memphis. I think they will. Because if you have, let's just say, let's take that whole team, that Memphis team. So they got John Morant, which we all know they have John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and then after that, it's who else? You know what I'm saying? Like Dylan Brooks, Kyle Anderson. I know D'Anthony Melton's gone. So, man, this might be one of the best young teams in the NBA. Whew. And let's start talking about Evan Mobley. All right. Evan Mobley, when he was in high school, was the best prospect that we have seen come out of LA. Like, absolutely one of the best players to come out of LA. Didn't win CIF championship, but CIF championships are so hard to win out here. Like, it's absolutely insanely hard to win a CIF championship out here. Like, every state always talks about how their basketball is this and that, but Cali basketball is hard. Like, I don't want to compare it to no other state. It is so hard to win out here. But Evan Mobley, what is he, 7'1"? The wingspan is insane. He runs like a freaking deer. Like, this dude never gets tired, always delivers, and you know what he's going to guarantee you every time. And you pair him with Jared Allen, Jared Allen at the center spot, or they could change it up with Evan Mobley could be at the center and Jared Allen at the 4. Then you have Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland run the 1 and the 2. Stop. Darius Garland just got the bag too. I like what Detroit's doing. I love Toronto, what they're doing. You gotta love Boston. You know we love Boston. Miami Heat, Philly, they got to step it up. They got to do something, right? Dude, Jared Allen is really good. Okay. If you watch, you know Jared Allen, what his worth is. But Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, and Donovan Mitchell, they got to lock up the spot, right? So let's see who would be number 1. Okay, Boston's number 1, Philly number 2, 3 would be Miami, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. All that other stuff is just it's up in the air. It's really up in the air. But Cleveland doing this now catapults them into that 4 or 5 spot for sure. Mitchell is bad, though. Cavs be tough. No, Mitchell is man. So let's look at the top shooting guards on the East Coast, on the Eastern Conference. Thank you guys for stopping in. I know it's 2:00. Super hot out here in LA. All right. So we have James Harden, Bradley Beal, Zach Levine, Jalen Brown, Colin Sexton. Now, do I put Donovan Mitchell right there, right behind Bradley Beal? Or do I just put him at number one? So who do you think is better? Bradley Beal and James Harden, of course, over Donovan Mitchell, or over the long legit, or later on in the years, would you take Mitchell? You know, Mitchell's turning 26 next week. I'm still going to take James and Bill. I'll still take James and Bill. That's for sure. But if I could have, like, if I was doing an NBA 2K thing or whatever, snake draft or whatever, I would pick Donovan Mitchell just because I know that I can lock him up for a longer time. I could get more people to play with him. He's going to be paired with Darius Garland, so he's not going to have to do too much. And then I got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, which I understand you're trying to compare Jared Allen to Evan Mobley. I'll take Evan Mobley over Jared Allen any day, of course, any day. But man, if we see some Cleveland in the NBA playoffs, it's going to be nice to see. It's nice to see that Cleveland fans now, without the LeBron era, can still hang their hat on a team. You know what I'm saying? Because after LeBron left, man, it was always like, damn, they're going to finish in the lottery. Like, they're going to get back-to-back number one picks, like Kyrie Irving, Anthony Bennett. Like, it's all bad. And we saw what happened when he left. Evan Mobley, Darius Garland. But now, if you have Donovan Mitchell in Cleveland, sell out. And the man will play because I believe he's had a few injuries. I don't know. I don't have a list of like his injury history or nothing like that. But for the most part, he plays. It's not like Jamal Murray coming off of like, I think it was ACL or something like that, right? But Donovan Mitchell could go for 50, 60 any night. Like anytime he wants to when he wants to get to the cup, he gets to the cup. When he wants to shoot, he can shoot. Man, I remember the first time I met Donovan Mitchell, I looked down at his shoe and it was like a size 8. It was like a boat. I asked him, I was like, yo, what size shoe you wear? He's like, 18. I said, 18? The hell kind of Jordan Bread size 18 is that? I didn't even know they made those. But he was just going from that time when I met him to what he is now. It's like, I already knew that like dude's gonna be a freak athlete. Like he was throwing the ball off the wall, doing windmills. Like dude is special. That's for sure. And then to have Darius Garland playing with him side by side, I need to know a better 1-2 punch out there. We know Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum is insanely good. We've seen it. We've seen how insanely good it is. But there's a lot of talk. We don't know if Jaylen Brown is going to stick around. If I was Jaylen, I might go back to Atlanta. And, that's where he's from, I believe. Georgia, team up there. I don't think that's available. But that would be nice for him to break and do his own thing with Trey. Because Boston might F around and get Kevin Durant. Like, it's crazy. Bradley Beal, I wish Bradley Beal would get something like, wish you could get something like a point guard. But yeah, Darius Garland, I really don't know who's gonna make a bigger splash than this right now. Another thing I want to get into is the past CP3 camp that I was at. The best camp of the year, for sure. The best camp of the year. Had 12 of the best players, guards in the high school rankings and the college rankings. I could go through a list of who was there. I know I want to talk about Donovan Mitchell and everything that's going on, but I'll just read you off a roster at the CP3 camp because it was a good one. So for the high school, I seen the Curry camp. The CP3 camp was better. So we had Justin Edwards for high school. This is just high school. Layden Blocker, Aiden Holloway, AJ Johnson, Simeon Wilcher, Bryson Warren, RJ Jones, Jared McCain, Cody Williams, Caleb Foster, Kanan Carlisle, Trey Green, and Jackson Shellstad. That's just 2023 class. I wish we saw more, but that was it, 2023. And then the college class, we had Tyrese Hunter, Mark Armstrong, Eric Gaines, Keontae George, Marcus Sasser, Jaden Akins, Anthony Black, Jalen Hood Shafino, DeJuan Harris, JJ Starling, Nolan Hickman, Jordan Hawkins. So this camp was really cool to see because you got to see Steph. I mean, not Steph. See, you throwing me off. Talking about Steph. So you got to see CP3, Devin Booker, and DeMar DeRozan, Rudy Gay, and Kobe White just kind of take these guys under their wing and just show them what it's like to play against NBA pros. Man, when I tell you these guys were blown away, I mean, the guy next to me, AC, was saying, well, you guys are up, high school kids. It's just one of the best point guards ever and the best shooting guard in the NBA that you guys got to play against. And there was like, I'll get Book. I'll get Curry. I'll get CP3. Like, dude, NBA guys, you could just tell that the level from NBA down to college, down to high school, it was just it was just it was a sight to see, man. They were giving out lessons for free. I didn't see CP3. Is there a lot of video on it? Do these kids pay to go to these? No, everything's accommodated. Yeah, if you go to my channel, you'll see I put up like 5 or 6 videos. I got a cool interview with Justin Edwards, also with the Pangos All-American Camp. I talked to Mookie Cook, Dylan Harper, and Mercy Miller. So this past weekend was wild, man. Like starting from Thursday all the way to Sunday was probably one of the best events. And yeah, I was just glad to see the summer events end on a good note, especially out here in LA. Because LA, we didn't really, I mean, we had Seal Beach, but we didn't really have any good events out here, which kind of sucks. But maybe next summer we'll get a lot in LA and we just go hard on those. Like you guys get a lot of content behind the scenes and stuff. What stat line do you see Garland finishing with this season? 21-9 and yeah, probably at least 21 points and 9 assists every game for sure. Like possibly double. I mean, Darius Garland is that dude. I could see Darius Garland being was he an all-star this past year? Didn't LeBron play summer league in LA? LeBron played the Drew League out here. 1 game. That was all LeBron we got. And then he did 1 game, 1 quarter at the crossover up in Seattle. But let's see. Let me look at Darius Garland's stats from last year of what he was looking like. So yeah, about what I said. 68 games, 21.7 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 8 assists per game. So I think you'll get more assists. So yeah, may possibly double, possibly a double over his career. Darius Garland has gotten 181 games, 17.4 points per game, 2 rebounds per game, and 6 assists per game. So it kind of falls off a little bit just because it's a more culmination of games. Let's look at Evan Mobley. And then I'll go into actually, let's just go into Donovan Mitchell right now. Donovan Mitchell stats. So 2021 season, he played 67 games, 33.8 minutes, 25.9 points. Shooting percentage has been around the same since he got to the league, about 44.8. Um, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Looking like an all-star number to me. I mean, you put Donovan Mitchell on the East Coast, this is looking like an East Coast all-star right there to me. You know, I don't know what to tell you. I think that I think he's gonna take that Zach LaVine spot right there. You know, the top guards that I was talking about? Because it goes James Harden, Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine, and I think it was Colin Sexton, right? I believe so. So some people might put Donovan Mitchell, Bradley Beal, James Harden, just based off of what they see in the playoffs. Because people always like to NBA Twitter likes to go off on the playoffs, and they love to say that people always like to say James Harden don't play in the playoffs, but I mean, I think he played in the playoffs. He does okay. It's not that bad. No, for real. Yeah, the NFL starts in less than a week, but we're still talking about the NBA. That itself is a credit to the NBA and of what they do is drama all day long. All day long. Drama. What's going to happen next year? I mean, next week, next Thursday, when I come on here again, there might be something again. I don't know. I don't know. But let's go back to the CP3 camp that I was talking about. Guys that impressed me, the number one player at the camp for high school kids was probably AJ Johnson. AJ Johnson, the kid is looking like 6'6" now, and he's just like super wiry. Like he is just really, really good. The shot is falling, the defense is there. He looks like he might be like he might reach 6'8". He's got long hair, and the kid was just looking really good. So after that, it was definitely Justin. Hold on, yeah, Justin Edwards was definitely number 2 for sure. But Justin Edwards is number 2 in the country. So you get what I'm saying? Like the number 1 player doesn't always do the best at the camp, from what I come away from, especially when I talk to NBA scouts. I take what everyone else tells me. I use what I use with my own eyes, and then I relay it to y'all. I'll let you know anywhere who is the number 1 guy that I saw. Now for college, it gets a little tricky. It gets a little tricky in college because everybody likes Keontae George. I like Keontae George. I think he's one of the best players in college as a freshman. Is he a little undersized for his spot? He's 6'4". Is he a point guard? Is he a shooting guard? What is he going to give me? I understand. Either way, going to be a top player. Going to be one of the best NBA draft picks next year in the draft. But yeah, Anthony Black. Anthony Black was probably the best college player that I've seen over the weekend. Yeah, at the CP3 camp. So yeah, Victor goes number 1 next year. I don't know. I don't know if Wembanyama goes number 1 next year, because I want to see Scoop. I want to see Scoop. They're going to get them to play each other somehow, some way. I've been hearing they're going to get Scoot Henderson to play Victor Wembanyama. How do I say his last name? Is it Wembanyama? Wembanyama. Wembanyama? Either way, kid is a stud. What is he? 7'7"? What? How tall is he? 7'2". How much does he weigh though? That's the thing. A lot of these people, they want to get the next KD, the next this and that, but you got to think about it. These guys, the bigger they are, the more mass it is to get hurt. Like the foot is longer, the fingers are longer, like everything, great talented kid, but can he withstand an 82 game season plus playoffs? Now Scoot Henderson has been in the G League since what, high school? Like he went in there his senior year or his junior year? Like Scoot, in my eyes, Scoot is going to be number one. The matchups he had against Isaiah Collier last or like 2 or 3 years ago, dude. I think everybody is tanking for Victor, but I mean they were tanking for Chet, right? And Chet is not he's not going to play till he's 21. I mean that it sucks to say, but it is the reality. It's the harsh reality. Like we're not going to be able to see him play. So, do I think that's going to happen to Victor next year? I hope not. I hope that it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? But like the whole thing with the whole thing about being a 7'2" unicorn is that's what it is. It's a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? Like Kevin Durant, there's only one Kevin Durant. I've never seen a player like Kevin Durant. Like we have Sean Bradley and we had Kareem and we had George Mirasan and Yao Ming and so many big guys come into the league just in life play basketball. And one guy is Kevin Durant. And even Kevin Durant, after he got hurt in that Toronto championship, we didn't think Kevin Durant was going to be Kevin Durant anymore. So, I mean, people need to stop chasing this. Oh, he's the next Kevin Durant. Oh, he's going to the next Kevin Durant. Remember when Michael Porter Jr. was baby KD? Imani Bates was baby KD? Stop. Just stop. Those two guys would be lucky if they're Paul George. So, the teams that are tanking, like I already talked about this in my last live. OKC, their whole drafting process is not good. It really isn't. I mean, I feel like they're going to be safe with Giddey and they're going to be safe with Shai. But again, they didn't draft Shai. They drafted Giddey. And is Giddey going to beat Tyler Hero? Or is he going to be Mike Miller? Like, what is he going to be a franchise player? I don't see it. I'm not really high on him like that. I think he's good, but I think he has a huge cult following that makes him better than he is. But Giddey's nice. OKC is okay, but they're not. They're not gonna do anything for the next. I don't want to say 7 years, but I mean it's looking like 7. Like the next 5 or 6 years. Like, can you see OKC winning a championship in the next 5 or 6 years? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Honestly, who might win next year? Golden State. Golden State might win this again. Like. And then to try to compare a team like OKC to Golden State, it's like years away. At least 5 or 6 years away. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the whole thing with Minnesota getting swindled by Golden State, like Golden State just knows how to do everything right. I just don't understand what it is. But let's get back to Donovan Mitchell. Okay, Donovan Mitchell is a Cleveland Cavalier shooting guard right now. This messes it up for everything else that we were listening about. We were talking about him going to the Lakers. Donovan Mitchell going to the Lakers, that messes everything up now, right? He was supposed to play with AD and LeBron. No, that was never going to happen. That was never going to happen. But they got what they wanted. I'll tell you that right now. They got exactly what they wanted. Cleveland got Donovan Mitchell. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. If they're going to package some more to get someone else, maybe a small forward, to play with Donovan Mitchell. Who are available free agents that they could get? I know Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell. Let me look at it. But who really wants those guys? You know what I'm saying? DeMarcus Cousins, no. Tristan Thompson, he might go back. Yeah, the free agency is not that good right now. Lance Stevenson, Lou Will, Dennis Schroeder, KZ Okpala, DeMarcus Cousins, Tony Snell, Greg Monroe, LaMarcus Aldridge. Yeah, so free agency is not looking at Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Smith Jr. You don't need any of these guys. Now, one of the guys that they might get is Bjelica. Do I say his name Bjelica? I'm not even sure how you say his name. You know, they could mess around and get Carmelo. Carmelo Anthony to Cleveland's not that bad. Just to give you that shooting, Jarrett Culver, maybe. Be interesting to see what's going to happen in the next few days here, because people are going to start making some trades. They're going to start making some trades. Again, let's go into this trade. The Jazz are receiving Lauri Markkanen, Ohai Agbaji, Colin Sexton, and Cleveland's unprotected first-round picks in 2025, 2027, and 2029, as well as pick swaps in 2026 and 2028, sources said. So that's a lot of picks they gave up. So Cleveland's unprotected first-round picks in 2025, 2027, and 2029. 3 picks right there, as well as pick swaps. So they're swapping their picks in 2026 and 2028. So depending on if the Jazz have, or Cleveland, whoever has the highest pick, they're going to just swap that. I believe so. Mitchell, a 3-time All-Star who turns 26 next week, joins a promising young core of Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. So you could say they have a big 4. I mean, I wouldn't say Jared Allen is that guy, but you can have Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, long-term deals. Cleveland's doing it right. Cleveland got it right. And then the Jazz, they remain committed to a rebuild after they got Rudy Gobert for 5 first-round picks. Utah has now gathered 13 unprotected or lightly protected picks through 2029. They might get Victor. They might get Scoot Henderson. I mean, Utah and OKC are in a race to get Victor. Oh my gosh. I can't. If Victor ends up in Utah, he's not going to leave France. He's not going to want to leave. He's going to say, I'll just stay out here. I would not want to play in Utah. I mean, would you? I mean, no offense to people that grew up in Utah and they love Utah. That's just not. I'm an LA kid. I would never, ever. No. Man, it really happened. Really happened. Tell me what you guys think. Let me go into some comments real quick. Yeah, it's real. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, it's real. Mitchell's going to Cleveland. Yeah. Can you imagine the Cavs versus Lakers in the final? Stop that. Can you imagine the Cavs and the Lakers in the championship? Stop that. Let me get some Starbucks right here. Pumpkin spice is up in there now. So I get that shaken espresso with that pumpkin whatever. Whoo! Who are the players traded to the Cavs? I went through that. I mean, who is going to Utah? No, I know. Who's going to Utah? People are going to be like, that's crazy that they traded for all that. But I mean, it's not really that crazy. It's not really that crazy at all to me. They may be better than Memphis. Let me look at Memphis's roster. I was talking about that earlier. Memphis Grizzlies roster. Oh, it's the third thing that pops up. I guess people will. Yeah, like I was saying, their best players are John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. Right? Right? No one else is going to disagree with that, right? We're not going to say Bane is Evan Mobley. So, Memphis, Steven Adams, Santi Aldama, Desmond Bane, Dylan Brooks. No Dylan Brooks. Kennedy Chandler. No Kennedy Chandler. Brandon Clark. No way, Jose. Jarrett Culver. No way. Danny Green. No way. Jaren Jackson. Tyus Jones. Hell no. John Conchar. No. Jake LaRavia. No. John Morant. Yes, yes. And then the next best player after that is Zaire Williams. Xavier Tillman, Zaire Williams. I would take Cleveland's roster over over Memphis. I would. Would you? I mean, I know we like John Moran a lot, but if you compare what I just named, that Memphis team, is John Morant better than Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell? No. No. Memphis plays great team ball, great team defense. Yeah, but it's not Evan Mobley and Jared Allen down there. You know, Jaren Jackson versus Evan Mobley, that washes out. Then you got Jared Allen. Or you got Jared Allen versus Jaren Jackson, then you have Evan Mobley. I mean, this is looking crazy. Cleveland could be that team that's like consistently in the NBA playoffs for the next 5-6 years. Like they could be always in that 3 to 4 seed spot. Dude, Knicks, so mad right now. Guaranteed. Knicks fans so mad right now because could have just gave up everybody. Could have just gave up. I would have gave up everybody to get Donovan Mitchell. And Cleveland gets him? Small market, little Cleveland. Hasn't been good since LeBron gets him. Man. So let me look at the NBA seedings last year of where everybody was ranked. NBA playoffs bracket. All right, so we had Miami, Atlanta, Philly, Toronto, Milwaukee, Chicago, Boston, Brooklyn. Number 1 seed was Miami. Number 2 seed was Boston. 3 was Milwaukee. 4 was Philly. 5 was Toronto. 6 was Chicago. 7 was Brooklyn. And 8 was Atlanta. So now, with this happening, I would say next year's team that finishes number 1, let's just say Milwaukee. Milwaukee with Chris Middleton back, they finished number 1. Boston comes in number 2. Number 3, Philly, possibly Philly. Number 4, Miami. Is Miami? Am I disrespecting Miami? Should Miami be number 1? And then number 5 might be Toronto, Brooklyn, Chicago. So now between that 5, 6, 7 spot, Toronto, Chicago, Brooklyn, I'm going to have to put Cleveland in there. And let's not forget about Atlanta. So this all might be the same, but one team's going to have to get kicked out. Is it Atlanta or is it Brooklyn? Or is it Chicago? I'll tell you one thing. That play-in next year is going to be must-see TV because we know how Donovan Mitchell does in the playoffs. That bubble, do you remember that bubble? Do you remember that bubble? Let me write it down real quick. Prediction. Let's see. Number 1 team next year in the East. Writing it down right now. Bucks. Number 1. Number 2, Boston. Number 3, I'll go Philly. Philly. Number 4, Miami. Those 4 spots gone already. Done. No one is convincing me that either of these teams are not finishing in the top 4. Nobody, unless injury happens, it could always happen. So 5, I'll say Toronto. Toronto stays at 5. I like Toronto. I like Siakam. Okay, Pascal Siakam is insanely good. I like how good he is. The man will them to a 5 spot for sure. So now it gets tricky. I'm just gonna put 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, 8. Okay. Atlanta, Chicago, or Brooklyn, or Cleveland. Now with this, right now I have Bucks, Boston, Philly, Miami, Toronto. I'm gonna put Brooklyn at 6. I know they were bad last year, but they weren't that bad. But I'm just saying, if Kyrie plays all those games and KD is playing, they're at least a 6 seed, yo. Somebody's like, "Oh, you're crazy. They should be number 1." No, homie. No, homie. Let me go through the goods. Let's be real, okay? Just because you have Kyrie and KD does not mean you're number 1. Still got Giannis, okay? Still got the big dog, all right? Number 7. Man, am I gonna have to put Atlanta in there or Cleveland? With this right now, this happening right now, I'm putting Cleveland at 7. Cleveland at 7. And 8 is going to be between Atlanta and Chicago. Let me see if anybody said anything. That's what I'm saying. They Chicago will definitely have to get the boot. I'm going to go Atlanta. Oh my goodness. I just predicted the playoffs right here. Eastern Conference playoffs next year. Go to Vegas. Put it in. Bucks, number 1. Boston, number 2. Philly, number 3. I know y'all going to be mad. I know you're going to be mad. Philly fans, diehards. Miami, number 4. Toronto, number 5. Brooklyn, number 6. Cleveland, number 7. Cleveland is in the playoffs with Donovan Mitchell now. Cleveland is in that thing. And then Atlanta, number 8. Right there. Book it. 1 through 8 right there. Done. What you think? Bucks, Boston, Philly, Miami, Toronto, Brooklyn, Cleveland, Atlanta. Might be some changes in there, but might be Cleveland might F around and be top 4, top 3. You know what I'm saying? You never know. It's a young man's game. And Donovan Mitchell is that dude. But everyone else is just got to be so mad. They've got to be so mad they did not get Donovan Mitchell. Man. Could you imagine if Donovan Mitchell went to Milwaukee and played? Stop. If Donovan Mitchell went to Boston, stop. Philly, Miami, Donovan Mitchell on any of these teams, they're playing against Golden State. Any of those top 4 teams, if Donovan Mitchell went to any of those top 4 teams, Milwaukee, Boston, Philly, Miami, NBA, they're going to play in the NBA championship against Golden State. Oh, man. I don't want to say it. But yeah, he's in Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell is in Cleveland. I don't know how long he's going to stay there. Maybe after the what's his contract? 3 years, I think. Maybe he leaves. But for right now, Donovan Mitchell is in Cleveland, and he's paired up with Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. Now, this has got to be Evan Mobley's time to shine. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be his time to shine. Mitchell is under contract for the next 3 seasons. For the next 3 years, Donovan Mitchell will be in Cleveland paired up with Evan Mobley and Darius Garland. So in 3 years, Darius Garland will be 25 and Evan Mobley will be 24. And Dono will be 28. So expect to see this Cleveland team. Next year, I have them at 7. By the third year, they'll probably be 3. This Cleveland team right now will possibly be the third best team in the Eastern Conference in 2 years. Book it. For sure. It's going to happen. Cleveland is so set. They are so set. And honestly, playing in Cleveland is probably a better situation for someone like Donovan Mitchell to play in than in Utah. And Utah is basically Cleveland in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? So now, just going to shine. Just going to shine. Appreciate you guys sticking with me about 45 minutes. Yeah, for real. Shout out to Cleveland, bro. Shout out to Cleveland for getting this done. Who's the Cleveland GM? What's his name? Let me look it up. Is it Kobe? No, Andrew Barry. No, that's football, buddy. That's football, buddy. Cleveland. Altman, right? No, Mike Gansey. Mike Gansey. Yeah, Kobe Altman is he's a general manager too. He's the president of basketball operations for Cleveland. Whoever got this deal done, kudos to you, dude. Kudos to you. Maybe it was Kobe Altman because he's the president of basketball operations, right? So it's got to be him. 39 years old, 39 years old doing these kind of moves. Kudos to you, bro. That is amazing for you, Kobe. Kobe Altman with the trade of the summer. Donovan Mitchell to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Wow. Get your NBA season pass. That's all I got to say. Get your NBA season pass because Cleveland is going to the playoffs again. If you don't think they're going to the playoffs, you don't know basketball, bro. You do not know basketball if you don't think they're going to the playoffs. If they don't go to the playoffs with this roster, crazy. Second time Ainge traded with Cleveland. Yeah, what's up with Danny Ainge and his trading? Does he feel like he's getting? I don't know. Danny Ainge and Kevin McHale are always been kind of funny GMs to me. It's too much of that Boston stuff. I don't know what that's all about. But let's see. One guy's stats I didn't get into. That would be Evan Mobley. Let's go to some Evan Mobley stats. Let's see. How you guys doing? You guys all right? Is it hot out there? I know it's hot out here. It's hot out here, bro. It is. What time is it? It's about 2:43 out here in LA. It's 88 degrees outside. Stay inside if you have the luxury to stay inside. Let's go. Cleveland Cavaliers roster, Evan Mobley. Let's click on him. Click on him. Stats. Oh, here we go. Evan Mobley stats. These will all go up next year. Minutes per game. That's going up next year. 33.8. I can see him getting at least 35 to 36 minutes per game next year. He played 69 games, 15 points average on a 50% field goal percentage. 50% field goal percentage, Evan Mobley. Three-pointer, we don't want to look at that. We don't want him shooting threes. Rebounding, that will boost up. That will go up. 8.3. I could see Evan Mobley getting at least 12 rebounds every game. So we'll put his rebounds at about 11 per game. So he should get 15. Well, backtrack, back it up. His points are going up for sure. So he's going to have at least 18 points, 17 points. Because Donovan Mitchell is a facility. He's a playmaker too. He's a playmaker. He's not just a shooting guard. He can play 1 and the 2. It don't matter. So can Darius Garland. And when you have a big man like Evan Mobley down there, they list him at 6'11". I believe he's 7 foot. I don't know. Maybe they measured him 6'11". He had no shoes on. Who plays basketball without shoes? So he's got 8.3 rebounds and 15 points he averaged last year. That is going to go up next year. He even had 2.5 assists, and his blocks are 1.7. So he almost nearly averaged 2 blocks per game. So this right here, I mean, he's going to be the third guy. Unfortunately, he's going to be the third guy. But to have a third guy like Evan Mobley is insane. Like, that is the best third guy. I mean, if the Lakers could get a third guy like Evan Mobley, I'd be so happy. So let's see, Jarrett. They literally got a big 4. They literally got a big 4. Because look at Jared Allen. 56 games played last year, 32.3 minutes per game. That will probably stay around the same. 16 points per game. Field goal percentage, 67.7% field goal percentage. Insane. Insanely good. Rebounds, 10.8 rebounds per game. 10 rebounds per game. Will that go up to at least 12 to 13? Possibly. You never know. And he's 24 years old. I thought he was like 26, 27. I had no idea. He's 24 years old. Bro, I got to write that down. So their core of their team is around, average age is around, Donovan Mitchell is 25, Darius Garland's 22, Evan Mobley's 21, and Jared Allen's 24. So their average age is probably about, what would you say, 24, 25? They're going to be really good. Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be really, really good. And the fact that they got this trade done today makes them that much dangerous. Still have them going 7. Still have them going 7 next year in the NBA playoffs. But don't get it twisted. Cleveland Cavaliers are going to the playoffs. Probably from now until, let's see, 25, 22, 21, 24. At least for the next 4 years. At least for the next 4 years, they keep all these guys, don't do the Supermax or whatever. They could have like their own little mini Golden State Warrior thing going on. Yeah, you heard me right. They could have their own Golden State Warrior situation in Cleveland. LeBron's going back. LeBron's going back, bro. LeBron's going back with the minimum, bro. He's going back to Cleveland. He's taking Bronny and Bryce. Oh my God. Cleveland is so good. Oh, how could you hate on them? You can't even hate on them. You can't even hate on it. I can't wait to watch the first game. I can't wait to watch the first game. Can you imagine like a 43-year-old LeBron playing with the Cleveland Cavaliers? Still need a double team. Still will need a double team for. I think LeBron's in competition with Tom Brady. He's like, yeah, you doing that at 45? Watch when I'm 45. I'll be playing the NBA Finals, homie. With Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. Oh my God, and Bronny and Bryce. Oh my God. Woo, man. So that's a Thursday I got. Let me get into some high school basketball rankings, yo. So last few minutes I got here. So high school basketball rankings just got redone. Am I happy about them? Not really. But I mean, I can't hate on it. I can't hate on it because a lot of these guys do their homework, and this is what we get. All right, so I'm going off of ESPN. ESPN. Okay. The whole composite 24/7 thing confuses me. Hold up. Let me see. Did Rivals do there? I think I was talking to Farrell Compton the other day, and he said Rivals might be doing their basketball rankings. So before we get into like basketball rankings, let me get into let me go to these. Let me go to this. 2023 position rankings, team rankings. Okay. Position rankings, Rivals. Mm, come on, man. Let me see more. All right, here we go. What? So Xavier Booker is number one in Rivals. So Xavier Booker is number one in Rivals, but we don't want to go off of Rivals. Okay, we don't want to because they got some. Who do they have at 30? Where do they have? Where do they have Mikey and Bronny? Wait, what? Wait, what? They do they not have Mikey ranked? What's going on here? Oh no, 26. Okay, so they got Mikey 26. They say he dropped 7 spots in Rivals. But they have Bronny at 61. He's dropped 4 spots. Oh man. They have JJ Taylor where? I just seen JJ Taylor. 45. Okay, I need to stop. Need to stop. All right, ESPN rankings right here. Number 1 is still DJ Wagner. Number 2, Justin Edwards. Just did interview with Justin at the CP3 camp. It's on my channel. Go check it out. Really dope kid. Humble. I think he was one of the top kids at the camp, regardless of age. 6'7", 190, committed to Kentucky. The kid was doing it all. If you could see some of his Peach Jam stuff when he was playing team final, kid was unstoppable. Like lefty, nice shot, nice kid. I think he'll go high in the draft. Xavier Booker, number 3. Another kid I see at Pangos All-American. Really, really talented. I think he is shooting up the board right now. I think they had him in like 9 or 10 before the year started. But Xavier Booker is looking like a problem. Like he is looking like a problem. Mackenzie Mbako, number 4. Aaron Bradshaw, number 5. Now, Aaron Bradshaw is someone that I'm really, really high on. I think Aaron Bradshaw could be a top lottery pick. I'm not capping on that. I think Aaron Bradshaw could be a top NBA draft lottery pick one day. Isaiah Collier, number 6. Now I know 24/7 has Isaiah number 1. Let me see. See what they have right here. So yeah, they got the composite thing. Okay, so top 24/7. So I think composite, what I heard from a scout this past weekend is composite is they take the whole culmination of all of the sites and they put the top player. That's how they have it. But for them, they have Isaiah Collier and DJ Wagner and Justin Edwards top 3. And then Bradshaw 4. So that's what that is. And then Sean Stewart is another top ranked player. I like him a lot. Haven't seen much of him play in the summer, but I know he's just a solid big. Like out of all the players that are in the top 10, he's probably the strongest. 6'8", 230, just a big body. Like he's really good. Robert Dillingham comes at number 8. We all know Rob Dillingham. I mean, we all love Rob Dillingham. Now they have him at a shooting guard. I mean, he's a 6'1" shooting guard. I don't know if he'd be really shooting like that. He's more of a point guard. I like his tight handle. I like his assist, but I don't know if I put him at shooting guard. I know what he guarantee me is passing and playmaking, so I don't know why they have him as shooting guard. But Omaha Blue, Ron Holland. Now Ron Holland he's really nice. I like Ron Holland, but I would probably put Caleb Foster into that number 10 spot right there. I would probably, and then right after that, I'd probably put Mookie Cook, and then Jared McCann could be like probably 13. But Aiden Holloway 21, Simeon Wilcher. Got to see Simeon Wilcher this past weekend at CP3 Camp 2. Real fast. What I came away from watching him play is he's really, really fast. I like the way he plays. What is that noise right there? What is that noise? Oh, it's probably one of these ads on one of these websites. Make sure we click off of that. AJ Johnson, number 25. I'd like to see him in that 17, 18 region, at least top 20. Mikey Williams, too. I'd like to see Mikey Williams there, too. Mikey Williams, at least top 20. At least top 20. Jeremy Fears, just seen him as well. Jeremy Fears he's a solid point guard. I don't know. Yeah, he is committed. Yeah, he's committed. Yep. Michigan State commit. And then we got Bronny at 35. Now, Bronny at 35, I don't like it at 35. I think he's at least top 25. I mean, if you have Stojakovic and AJ Johnson at 24 and 25 and Stephon Kent still there, you could definitely put Bronny up there. We'll see, though, because these are not set in final. These are not finalized rankings. They always change, just like they just changed right now. But yeah, Trey Parker is still not in this ranking anywhere. Yeah. Well, that's just how it is. And sometimes you just got to overcome it. It's not that big of a deal. A lot of these guys, they end up making it anyway. So that's what I wanted to touch on today. Thank you guys for coming here, staying with me. And I'll try to bring it again next Thursday, or when I go live, keep the notifications on. And enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Tomorrow is Friday. Bringing some football coming through. Mater Day versus, who is it? Corona Centennial. I'll be there tomorrow. And I'll be at St. John Bosco tomorrow against Bishop Mamont. And then on Saturday, we got Los Alamitos. So a lot of football coming through. And basketball, of course. I always got basketball coming. I got tons of content of basketball that I have not even dropped yet that I got to work on, and I'll get it to you guys ASAP. Let me know in the comments or send me a message, however you want, to tell me who you think is good, who you think you want me to focus on. And enjoy the rest of the week, guys. Peace.